Kia ora, good evening. Sorry, I've just eaten my dinner. So, what I realised when I was looking up about that Abyzou, she's actually connected to the Gorgon, which is what Medusa is. And in the Amber Rose, see, this is all starting to get a bit freaky because it's almost like the storyline's written itself. It's all connected. From the dream I had with the frog's eggs to, yeah, it's all connected. So in the Amber Rose, Medusa actually helps Brahena Abyzou save King Lucian. And it's actually Medusa that turns the Slime Queen into stone. Because Medusa's going to be the good guy, one of the good guys. She's very misunderstood in mythology, just like ogres are, and dragons. They're some of the most misunderstood characters in mythology. So then I was thinking, so if Abyzou is kind of connected to the whole Gorgon thing, because Medusa was the only mortal, and she was killed when she was pregnant. So it's all to do with having babies and fertility and all of that sort of thing, right? That's what Abyzou's about. And my girl had polycystic ovary syndrome. And really bad. And so I'm going to have Medusa be one of the teachers. And her snake hair is going to be like, she'll tie it back like dreadlocks and stuff. She'll wear a scarf over her head. She'll cover her head, she'll cover her snakes. Everyone knows she's Medusa. You know, sometimes she will let her snakes out to breathe and all that, but, you know, when she's around the kids, when she's a teacher, she's going to cover her head with a scarf. So I'm going to make Medusa one of the teachers at the Amber Wilkins, at the Miss Amber School of Alchemy. She'll be one of the teachers, so she'll end up being in a fight. I don't know how we're going to do her snake here, but that's going to be up to the costume department and special effects and all that. But if I do decide to make these 8 students different characters from different movies I've created, like Erin and the Dear Satan Claus, she'd have to be a Kiwi actress. And, well, I mean, not necessarily, but, I mean, because I hadn't really decided what country I wanted to set the Dear Satan Claus in. But my sister's obviously in New Zealand, so let's just say that Erin would have to be a New Zealand actress, like a teenage New Zealand actress. And if I have Roisin from becoming spellbound, I'd need an Irish actress. And then we could have Lewis from with a little help from my friends. He would have to be a First Nations actor. Do you see where I'm going with it? The characters from War Babies, he'd need to be, you know, like based on my Uncle Nick, he'd have to be like a Māori boy. Do you see what I mean? I don't necessarily want. I could make Erin's character maybe Swiss or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'll get a better feel of it when I go to Switzerland. But I really think that my version of Harry Potter, although we're going to be better than Harry Potter because it's all going to be real, Miss Amber's School of Alchemy, I feel like it should be made in America. It just it has that American feel to it, like with my werewolf movie, it feels Scottish. My Becoming Spellbound feels Irish. mountain high feels Swiss. This feels American. And if the Amber Rose is going to be our first animated movie, then I want the Miss Amber School of Alchemy to be our first live. And I want Medusa to be one of the teachers. Miss Frances is going to be a teacher. And I want Miss Medusa, Madame Medusa. Madame Medusa. They'll call her Madame Medusa. And I maybe want her to be like Persian or Mediterranean or something a bit kind of exotic. Because Abyzou is a serpentine. She's a serpentine. But she'll wear like a Grim Reaper-y style sort of hooded cloak thing to cover the fact that that her flesh keeps falling off. She's going to have to be some like really incredible special effect because she's going to be about 30 feet tall. So, you know, from head to tail of from the head to tip of her tail, she'll be about 30 feet tall. And also, it's so biblical as well. Because remember, in the Bible, God talks about the Leviathan and all that, and how the pregnant woman has the battle with the Leviathan. It's almost like God knew I was going to be making this movie. It just sounds so biblical. But, yeah, so I'm going to have Medusa as one of the teachers. And she's going to teach, because Medusa is a mind reader. She's going to teach like telepathy and mind melding and teach the kids how to do it. So I'm going to make Medusa a good guy. And when, you know, they have their big battles at the end, when they have to teach the kids to take on Abyzou, she'll be there and it'll be all there. Just really cool. I might even, I don't know how mythical I want to take it. I could have an ogre teacher, I could have, but yeah, I don't know yet. Some of them will just be like high priestesses and sorceresses and sorcerers and warlocks and all of that, but I can't wait to see who plays them all. It's not that I don't know how to go about it. I'm just going to have to, I'm going to have to set up probably my casting agency and my talent agency in order to, see, this is where Yodok or even Vladdy would have been able to help because of Bricks Entertainment. Yodok has signed up with Bricks Entertainment and they're a talent agency, you know, like they deal with talent and if there's anyone there that would be able to. But they're musicians, though. I don't think they deal with actors. And this isn't a musical. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's just a newly planted seed. But whoever plays Medusa is going to have some kind of smouldering because Medusa was beautiful. She was so beautiful that men couldn't stop staring at her. It's why she was killed. She was killed, I mean, depending on whether you believe in Greek or Roman mythology, Minerva or Athena, she was killed by Perseus for Athena. She was killed because she was pregnant with Neptune's baby, you know, and Minerva was jealous of her beauty and that. She's going to have to be someone, I want her to be like older, but someone who, you know, like is 60 or something, but looks 30. And I think I want her to be like Persian or Mediterranean, complete unknown actress. All my actors are going to be unknowns. There'll be no famous people in my movie. That's not the point of it. It would defeat the purpose. It's going to be all unknowns. So I'm just, like, I kind of have a fair idea of the storyline, and now I just need to build up the characters. The 4 boys, the 4 girls. And then the teachers. And yeah, I have to resign myself to the fact that there's no way that I'm, same as with the United Kingdom, with Starmer here, I'm not going to be able to make anything. In Scotland and Ireland maybe, but not while Starmer's the tyrant in charge, and there's no way I'd be able to make Miss Amber's School of Alchemy in America while Lucifer's running the show, Lucifer and Baphomet. So I just have to resign myself to the fact that it'll be made in Switzerland, but that's okay. That's not a bad thing. It feels American. You know, Harry Potter's done all in the UK. This feels American. It has that New England feel to it. Practical Magic, Sleepy Hollow, Hocus Pocus, it has that kind of feel to it. And I have to go with what I feel biorhythmically. And it's like, if the Lord wants me to make a real version of that's going to, you know, challenge Harry Potter, then he's going to have to get rid of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. He's going to have to remove them so that they're not messing around with my phone, not trying to mess with my shit, not trying to steal my kids, not digging tunnels underneath. It actually, that was the other thing I remembered. Remember when I was writing the Amber Rose, and I was saying about how the Slime Queen tries to send people to dig under the Earth Kingdom's castle to get into the gardens to try and take the rose before the baby can be born. I think that just happened in real life. Someone trying to interfere with a connection that I had to make sure that that baby's never born. There are so many bad people out there going out of their way to make sure that I don't meet my baby daddy and have this baby. Because they know she's the ninth element. They know that she's going to be the alchemist for the resurrection. She'll be able to not resurrect the dead, but like she's going to be able to resurrect history through her alchemy. Bring history back to life in order to be able to advance technology. Like, if I can get my gaming chair made and my space navigation system made, she's taking that beyond where I'm going to be able to take it through resurrecting history somehow. She'll be able to conjure knowledge from our ancestors and that I don't have access to. Which is, you know, the legend of the girl with no name. But she has a name. Yeah. So it's interesting. Everything I'm writing, I'm starting to watch play out. Now the thing is with Medusa, and this is what I'm thinking, how far do I want to take Harry Potter? How far do I want to take it with the Harry Potter thing? Because Medusa had a giant and Pegasus were her children. A giant with a golden sword, and which apparently ended up on Athena's shield, I think it was, and she gave birth to Pegasus. So is Pegasus, is her son, is her child going to appear as Pegasus? Because we have Spiridon, And Lucian's dragon, who's a flying horse with a golden tail. He doesn't have wings. Pegasus has wings. So it's all tied in. So it's like, well, do I want to take it Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings kind of thing? Do I want to keep it more Harry Potter? I don't know. It's newly planted, so you're going to have to let me sit with it for a bit. I'm incubating on it. I've got a lot of work to do when I get to Switzerland. Oh my God. Games company, production company, IT company. I need composers, I need a director, I need animators, I need, programmers, art directors, graphic artists, musicians, writers, screenwriters, TV writers, comedy writers. Oh my God. But I can do this. I'm doing it for my Amber. It's for Amber. I can't wait for my sister to wake up and listen to the message I left her that I turned into the last video. So yeah, so Medusa's going to be one of the teachers at the school. And she'll just wear like scarves and that to cover her snakes. Everyone in the town is going to know she's Medusa. Madame Medusa, they're going to call her Madame Medusa. Everyone's going to know. Nobody in that town batters an eyelid when it comes to the supernatural, which is why I keep thinking Salem. They don't bat an eyelid with that stuff. We could even bring the witches of Salem back to life. There's so many ways I can go with it. But, yeah, I'm going to give Harry Potter a run for their money. I'm not going to rape the franchise, though. I'm not going to turn it into 19 different kind of movies. I might do, like, like a sequel or something, but I'm not going to rape it for all it's worth. I'm not that greedy. I'm trying to just leave a legacy for my girl. Anyway, so yeah, so Medusa's going to be one of the good guys. And her son Pegasus and her son Giant may or may not make an appearance. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet, but we'll see. So if I'm going to do this, I've got to do it right. And Medusa was very misunderstood. I just don't know whether to... Because from what I understand, Harry Potter had, like, non-human-like looking people. So, yeah. And I'm not trying to be like Harry Potter, but if people flock to Harry Potter because of, the wonder and imagination of it all, I want people to flock to me because they're realising, holy crap, that's like Harry Potter, but the stuff they teach you in it is real. Like, it's real magic. You can really do it and it'll be real magic. Because I said to my sister, it's time that people learned to do magic and use the occult the way that we were taught to do it. So, yeah. So either God's going to have to get Donald Trump and Elon Musk out the way, or I'll go to Switzerland and we'll make the movie somewhere like France, or because the only next best place I can think of to make it would be England. But again, like I said, Keir Starmer. So we'll just see. What is meant for me won't pass me by, and wherever I'm meant to make it, I'll make it. But I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out once I get to Switzerland. Vladimir Putin might be my friend and say, come and make it in Russia. That'd be so cool. There's so many places in Russia you could make it to. But anyway, I'm going to go. And yeah, I don't know. I keep thinking America. Every fibre of my being keeps saying America. It just feels right, you know. I can just see it. And I'd want to be there because I'd want to help direct it. I wouldn't be the director, but I'd want to help direct it. Because I'd have to recorrect anything that didn't feel right. Because we're dealing with real magic. And so I'd have to put all the magic into it and then let the writers and the directors and that work around it. And then if they did anything that offset the magic, offset the alchemy, I'd have to come in and correct it. So I'd have to be there when they filmed it. I just keep, do you not think though, like either upstate New York, Maine, Salem, around those areas, if it was in Salem though, because I've been to Salem and I love Salem. Salem has been on my bucket list my entire life, and I never got to have a good look around. I was only there for one night, and not that I'm ungrateful. I went to the House of Seven Gables and got stuck, and my boobs got me stuck in the hallway, and I trapped a whole pile of tourists. It was so funny. I literally got stuck. So they were all laughing at me because I held up the line. My breastesses held up the tourist line. Anyway, but if it's in Salem, then I could use the witches in the storyline. I could bring them to life. When we had the great conjuring or something. Turn it into a whole storyline. So, yeah, God, come on, Lord. Come on, no. God. It's not that I'm impatient. I am patient. It's just that I've been patient for so long. And I understand it's because obviously there's things I had to figure out and, you know, things I had to let go of and things I had to deal with. And I had to work things out to create things and plant things and see where they went and, you know, pluck and expand and grow and all that. I get it. But it's like, okay, I'm done now. Can you get me to Switzerland so we can hurry up and get this made, please? Or if you're wanting me in America, can you hurry up and get rid of Donald Trump and Elon Musk, please? And Martin and Nikki and Beth and Michelle and all that. Get rid of them, put them in jail, do what you got to do. Just get me there. I don't want to walk down the street knowing that these people are free. I don't want to be filming on location somewhere knowing that these people are free. Because if they try to approach me, it's not going to end well. I'm all for the Lord, you know, like I'm a peaceful person, but my mouth would be my weapon, and I would be everything but ladylike. So I really need these people to be removed. I don't want them around children. They can't be trusted around children. They're a danger to children. Which is why I had to walk away from America. So if God's saying, hey, but have you thought about America? It's like, okay, but remove the threat. So, yeah, because I'm all about the protection of the children. That's why I'm here. I am the granddaughter of Mother Earth. I am Mother Earth because my grandmother is Mother Earth. And Mother is our first label. So, all the kids under my watch are my children, whether I gave birth to them or not. And the people who did this to me are a threat to children. They're a danger to children. They cannot be trusted around children. Every single one of them. Because they protected pedophiles. They protected groomers. They do things to children. They protected sin. So if I'm going to be walking that land, these are people that can't be walking the same land with me. So I'm going to leave it up to God. All of them will be characters on the side of Abyzou. They'll be part of Abyzou's army. They'll all be like, goblins and gremlins and all of that. Every single one of them will be based on all the people that put me through hell because they didn't want me saving children. So they'll take their place in the underworld as the scum that they are. So they're, in the Quantum Menace, they're doppelgangers to the Mutant Legion. Got to take their place in history, but they won't be going down as the heroes. Anyway, I'm going to go before my mouth gets carried away. It's just, yeah, I have been awoken and I have arisen, and I feel so powerful now that I think I could bend steel. Because I'm now that I know what I've created without realising, now that it has been revealed to me what it is I've been creating for all these years, I'm not going to let trash get in my way. By the time I'm done with them, by the time my story is told, their reputations will be, their names will hold the same kind of weight as the shit on the bottom of humanity's shoe. So just watch me, because here I come. And if I end up in America, they need to start running, especially you, Martin, because I'll see you in jail before I'm done. Right, I'm going to go and have some ice cream. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō. Mwah. Kia rite, kia rite.